I'm Janie.
And I'm Claire.
And today at Gibbs Farm, we are going to attempt the often forgotten art of Victorian hair flowers using our own hair.
Hair jewelry or hair art, like Janie and Claire making today, became very popular in the Victorian era, and that was due to the popularity of Queen Victoria. So hair jewelry is definitely something that happened at other times in the past, but she popularized it when her husband Prince Albert died. She took some of his hair and made a small memento out of it that she carried or wore on her person for the rest of her life, and people really liked the idea of this. So it wasn't always easy to get your photograph taken at that time. May have been too expensive. There may not have been a photographer in your area, but people really liked the idea of having something to remember family by or loved ones by, because people were moving all the time. Unfortunately, people would die young sometimes, and so having this little keepsake that had some of their hair was really important. And there were different kinds. There were jewelries, the flowers that Janie and Claire are making, and those could be made into really large wreaths. We have one of those in the Gibbs farmhouse. And then I also have a piece of jewelry here. It looks like it's a necklace, but we actually think this might have been more of a watch chain, and the hair is actually sewn. This may have been done professionally a little bit later in the 1800s or maybe even early 1900s, but it was just really popular. It might seem a little unappealing or a little gross to some people, but we really have to put ourselves in that time period to think of how they would have thought of it. And I always like to say, if you looked at a Victorian hair wreath that had hair probably from a whole family in it, you may be thinking of those family members, just like when we look at a family photo today. There's just gonna be a lot of video of you guys going like this.
I know. All of a sudden, when I have to choose which hairs to cut, I'm like, oh. Oh, you're just going for it?
I don't have any other buttons.
No. Whoa.
Oh. So cute. Okay, so about it, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Look good.
A little bit more. I was thinking like around here.
Oh.
Well, we made some flowers. How do you feel that went?
It was fun. it was difficult, and I know what I'd do better next time.
Yeah, it was definitely harder than I thought it would be, particularly because hair. It just, it goes everywhere.
Yeah,
And
it's very slippery.
yeah, and everybody's hair is different, so it's gonna take different amounts of work to try to get it to look good. So it's definitely not the most beautiful thing, but I think it did. I think I do have more of an appreciation for all of the hair jewelry that we've seen and like the hair wreaths and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I got better, which is good. But my hair's not long enough, and I feel like I have pretty long hair. So
yeah, that would make a difference to have a little bit more hair. I think would cover up some of the flaws. But apparently, I threw a lot of my hair away, but I had enough to make this one, and enough to make 1.5 of these.
yeah, that's really cute. I also have layered hair. I have layers in my hair, and so that made it a little bit more difficult. But I guess that the fashion of the time was no layers and just really long hair. So anyways, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Don't go start cutting your hair without some, adult supervision or another grown-up who will keep you from cutting off all of your hair.
Yeah.
It will provide an intervention if you need it. So thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this foray into the Victorian art of making flowers out of human hair. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.